Prestigious Ivy League schools, they are postponing exams. They are canceling classes. They're providing students with crayons and Legos and cookies and Milky, to cope with Trump's election win. This is madness. What happened to the land of the free, the home of the brave? We're now what? We're now the home of, comfort pets and the home of woke, lunatics that need comfort. It's bizarre. New Jersey's Governor Phil Murphy dramatically pledged to fight to the death against Donald Trump's policies. The far-left Guardian newspaper is offering therapy to devastated staff members. And last night, over at the Washington Post, a columnist, MSDNC contributor named Jennifer Rubin, posting on X, quote, "It is 1933. Hitler is in power. No time for a bleeping seminar on Democrats' messaging errors." Talk about snowflakes. If anyone still wonders why the Washington Post and all of these legacy media people have lost all credibility, nobody trusts them, take a look at Jennifer Rubin. But tonight it is official. The Democrats are definitely in disarray. Donald Trump he has won and he has broken them, maybe beyond repair. Now turn on any left-leaning outlet, the chaos, the infighting, the hysteria is through the roof. You decide. Take a look.
I'm sorry, but Donald Trump hates veterans. He called them suckers and losers. He did. He absolutely, he has his whole life. He has his entire life.
I know you're super emotional. I just...
Of course I am. I'm terrified.
I'm telling you.
Democrats never got it. That while we were looking at all of the crazy things Donald Trump was saying on the campaign trail, all of the frightening things Donald Trump was saying on the campaign trail, they were looking at their wallet. They were looking what groceries cost, what gas costs, what rent costs.
We are being branded as the most extreme of us. It is not only politically problematic, as we just saw, because none of this stuff helped the other day. Without a doubt, it's a problem. But we need to take stock of why we are being held hostage to the far left.
In my view, there was an over-listening to and an over-lifting up of people who left Trump, not people who left the Democratic Party. The people who left the Democratic Party are the people who are going to, win in the future. The people who left Trump, the never-Trumpers, who have important voices and that is not the winning coalition.
Liberal Joe, can you go back and maybe watch your own show and listen to the things you were saying? You're as guilty of the very thing you're saying the liberals and Democrats are guilty of. Now, the co-hosts of that hard-hitting news show, The View, they're having a very hard time processing Donald Trump's win as they try to figure out just how many racists are lurking in the shadows. Take a look.
The bigger question should be, yes, Sonny, why did they vote for him?
Yes.
In sweeping...
So they need to be introspective.
No, we need to be introspective. If we voted for Kamala Harris, we need to say what didn't resonate with the voters. Do you know what didn't resonate with the voters? When they were saying we don't feel safe and the left focused on defund the police and bail reform. They also denied the border was a crisis and kept saying, no, it's fine. This is not a...
There was a border bill, though. There was a border bill.
Yes, but Joy, my point is they screamed and screamed and screamed. They didn't vote for him because he's a racist or a misogynist. They voted because they needed help in their everyday lives.
But Sarah,
the majority of this country, because every stat coming out on the people willing to self-reflect are showing these.
Oh, wait, they're going to say I'm a racist and a misogynist in the exit poll?
You really think 74 million people are racist?
Who's going to say that?
Hey, guys, no excuses this time.
Yeah.
Look, they lost everything.
There's still half the country that doesn't agree with him.
To be ravaged, it's children to be shot, it's wealth to be hoarded, it's workers to be exploited, it's poor to starve, it's cops to murder.
So you think America's the
country
problem?
in trouble?
If we played any more of that, I'd have to give free extra strength Excedrin to every one of you out there watching. Believe it or not, it actually gets worse. According to reports, Biden's staff and Kamala's staff, they've all turned on each other, blaming each other, making for a very awkward last few months. And meanwhile, former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg just wrote an op-ed criticizing Democrats for hiding Joe Biden's mental decline. I have a question for the former mayor. Mr. Bloomberg, we on this program were reporting on this in 2020 before Joe went to Washington. Don't you think you're a little late? Just a little? And get this, apparently Democrats are now, sparring over whether, the left-wing Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor should be forced out of office, off the Supreme Court, before Trump is sworn in, so Biden can pick a replacement. And some are even floating Kamala Harris for that position. Can't make this up either. Take a look.
I hope that Joe Biden makes the next 10 weeks as consequential as he can. I don't care about drawing outside the lines or what Republicans may think about it. This is within your purview. You can actually do it, and you should do it. And, one more thing, John, is you have a hell of a vice president right there who has a legal pedigree to sit on the Supreme Court. And let Republicans go crazy and ape. I'm even mentioning that option.
You floating? Are you floating? This is 7:39 a.m. on the East Coast. Did Bakari Sellers just float Vice President Kamala Harris as a potential Supreme Court nominee?
Not only am I floating it, but I want to stir up everything. I want people's heads to explode this morning, so we go into the weekend just knowing that the chaos has not ended just yet.
I have a sad prediction. This is not only not going to stop, it's going to get worse. The panic for them is real. It is not a good time to be on the left. And whether they realize it or not, the Democratic Party, the deep state, Washington bureaucracy, the state-run media mob are all facing a reckoning as President Donald J. Trump can sit back, watch them implode, without any need for retribution, which they claim he's going to be doing. He's not. The American people no longer care what legacy media, what Hollywood, what Obama, what celebrities have to say. Why? Because they have zero influence. Legacy media, celebrity influence is completely dead. Otherwise, this election would have turned out very differently because they spoke in one voice. They told the same lies. They had the same hysteria, the same propaganda, misinformation, the same smearing, lying, besmirchment. Donald Trump's ultimate revenge will be success for every American. Slashing regulations, decentralizing the federal government, cutting out waste, fraud, and abuse, flushing out corrupt actors. They have to go. People that have weaponized and destroyed the greatest law enforcement agency the world has ever known, the greatest intel community the world has ever known. They got to be cleaned up. Ending partisanship, ending a weaponized DOJ, ending lawfare, ending woke DEI policies, fixing the crisis created by the Biden administration, securing our border, bringing down the cost of living for every American, and driving up energy production. Stop forcing us to get a certain stove and refrigerator and putting a car in our driveway that maybe people want or don't want. If you want to, go buy a Tesla. Peace through strength will be brought back. That will help bring stability to the world. And in just a little over 2 months, Donald Trump can finally hit the ground running. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.